Hi folks, hope you're all doing okay today. In this video I'm going to show you a couple of quick release knots. Before we get started, quick shout out to a new channel you might be interested in. It's called Mark Baldy Goes Walking. So it's a guy who's been doing some walks around near where he lives, which I think is somewhere near Enfield in London. Nice guy, interesting walks, definitely worth a watch. And you know, we need more people called Mark on YouTube, so yeah, go give him a watch. Mark Baldy Goes Walking. So what are we looking for in a quick release knot? Well, I guess obviously that it comes off easy, but also when it's locked, when it's actually done up, it's strong. You don't want something that's that comes undone when you don't want it to come undone, but you want it to come undone quick when you do want it to come undone. So that's what we're looking for here. Number one, a Highwayman's hitch. Right, so it starts off with a loop like that. Bring this one round the back, over the top of that one, round here, through there, and then tighten it all up. So, okay. So that's how tight. This is the bit with the business end on where the highwayman has got his horse, presumably. I'm assuming this is to tie up a horse. I don't know. I'm not really sure what the origin of this knot is, but yeah. So that's the highwayman's horse, and then the quick release bit is you can see there's a loop there. So if I pull that, and we're off. And this one undoubtedly fulfills the first of my criteria, which is the quick release when you pull this and the loop comes out. So the quick release definitely works. But the question is it strong when you don't want it to come out? So this is the business end. So if I pull this as hard as I can pull it, and maybe the horse is moving around a bit, and I don't know if you can see what's happening, but the loop here is starting to drift down there. It's hard to show this when I'm trying to film at the same time, but when I've done this before, I've found that eventually what happens is that the loop actually works its way all the way down there, and is liable to just drop out, and then you kind of the whole knot is starting to fall apart. So you see it's losing all its integrity, as they say. So basically, I think this is a fail. I think although it's definitely lovely the way it all comes apart when you want to pull the quick release, I think in terms of being a knot you can trust for putting some strain on here, I don't think it's a very good one. Knot number two is the Tumble hitch. So this one starts off a bit like the highwayman's hitch. So you've got a loop over there, come over the back, tie around the loop, and then come around. Now with the highwayman's hitch you went in through there, but instead of doing that, what you do is you go back over the business end here, go around the back and come up through the loop from the back, and then tighten it all up. So yeah, it looks a bit the same really. And then again the loop here is the bit that does the quick release. So if I pull that, and off it comes. So although on the face of it this looks very similar to the highwayman's hitch, the big difference is the way this locking happens here. So if I pull this one now like I was doing before with the other one, with the highwayman's hitch, that's as firm as it can be. It's not going anywhere. There's no movement at all. The whole knot is staying exactly as I put it. So actually this one really does fit both the criteria in that when it's solid, it really is solid and doesn't go anywhere, and when you want to release it, it just comes off. And number three is the mooring hitch. So this one you wrap around the back, then make a loop on top, and this loop you need to go underneath the rope you've just come around. So you've got a loop there, and then make another loop that's going to go over the top there, underneath that one, and over the top of that one. So there's your loop there, and then it's just a case of tightening up. It's a bit awkward to tighten this one up because you have to pull over the top there and pull through, so it's a two-stage tightening up process. So There it is. You can see this is where so this is called the mooring hitch because I guess you're going to moor a boat to it. I have seen it called the painter hitch as well, by the way. I think, I can't remember, but I think a painter is the thing on the front of the boat that you tie a rope to. But if anybody who knows about boats more than I do can tell me if that's right or not, then please say something in the comments about that, because I think, yeah, so it's called it's not called the painter hitch because it's any good for painting. I think I got that anyway. So yeah, so there you go, mooring hitch, and the quick release is this bit here, as you can imagine. Pull that, jobs are good, and it's off. So yeah, interesting this one, because you know, you come across things in life which you want to really like because they're very beautiful, but actually they're very not that practical. So I think this is, of all the 3 knots I've shown you, I really like how this looks. I think I don't know, there's something about it that I really like. But there's 2 things about it which I don't like. Now I mentioned when you're tightening it up, you have to keep passing stuff through and through here and pull that, and I think that is, you know, that's a lot of faff really. You don't, you know, that's not good that you have to do that. The other thing is a bit like the Highwayman's hitch, that it might be good for tying a boat that's just bobbing along on the river, but you know, if you start giving it any grief at all, then the same sort of thing happens as happens with the Highwayman's hitch, and that this starts to move. I mean, it doesn't move as much, so I think I've only ever got it so it goes like that, so it doesn't actually fall apart. The only problem is that because that's then gone round here, it's not actually, I'm pulling that as hard as I possibly can, so it's no longer quick release. So you see, it's probably still safe because it's strong, but it's not quick release anymore. So I think this one kind of fails. It probably just about passes on the strength when it's locked, but to do that it then fails on the quick release. So that's number 3. Okay folks, hope you found that useful and interesting. I'm sure you might have ideas about your favourite quick release knots, so if you have, then feel free to drop them in the comments, because I'm interested in all these things. So if you enjoyed that, and now's the time to give me a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel and you want to see this kind of content, then feel free to subscribe, and if you do, make sure you hit the bell so that you get notifications when I put a new video out. But for now, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.